Join me today for my initial fitting of my very first double-breasted suit from Joe Hemrajani. I'm Kirby Allison, and I love helping the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes. Join me as we explore the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. I'm very excited to have Joe Hemrajani back in my office for the initial fitting of my very first double-breasted suit. For the longest time, I've had many of my better-dressed friends swear by the virtues of a double-breasted suit, and I couldn't be more excited today to finally experience and see for myself what a double-breasted suit feels like. One of my favorite pieces that Joe has made for me is my dark charcoal single-breasted suit made from Drapers 5-star fabric. And so we've decided that for this first double-breasted piece to do it out of its twin brother, a dark navy 5-star fabric. These fabrics feature a beautiful drape because of their heavy 12-ounce construction. It has a really dry finish. It's a real workhorse that I can be certain will serve me well for years to come. So please join me as I sit down with Joe and we walk through the details of this first piece before trying it on for the initial fitting. Hey Joe, hey, thank you so much for coming back to Dallas.
Hey, thank you for inviting me, and I really enjoy visiting you.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you traveling here more regularly because I couldn't be more thrilled about really working on these foundational elements of a wardrobe with you. And so I've got a ton of respect for you. Of course, you and I have been friends for almost 10 years now. I think we first met in Hong Kong right after I got married.
Yes.
And it was then that I first discovered the magic of the Cooper collar. And really, you became my primary shirt maker. And then just recently, we've really started to work together on some of these suitings, and I couldn't be any more thrilled. I think it was the incarnation. I mean, whenever we first discussed this piece was actually whenever you were doing the final fitting for this beautiful odd jacket.
Yeah, and we finished that charcoal suit.
Yeah, and then we finished the charcoal suit, that's right. It was in the same, it was kind of the twin to this.
Right.
It was a dark charcoal 5-star fabric, or 5-star, drapers fabric.
Drapers, yeah, the 12-ounce here. It's, I decided you didn't need a fitting, so I completed the pants. And it should fit right on.
Okay.
It's still weighty, still nice.
Yeah, but that's, I think, with the foundational elements of a wardrobe, I really find myself drawn towards these slightly hardier, heavier fabrics that we know are going to last a long time, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is, it's tried and true. I've worn it, and I just, only when the weather gets above 80 that it starts noticing.
Too heavy.
Yeah.
Now, were you wearing this same suit? Do you have this same suit?
I have the charcoal version of
the charcoal version?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a navy, it's just different.
Because you look incredible in a double-breasted suit.
Yeah.
And I think, you're amongst the cohort of some of my best-dressed friends that, really for the longest time have spoken the virtues of double-breasted suits.
Yeah, and I'm only 5'8", so I love wearing double-breasted. So, and if you're taller, it looks even better.
Well, it was at your suggestion, I think, we started thinking about this. So this is, in fact, my first double-breasted suit.
Yeah, I think you will be hooked.
So talk to me a little bit about, a double-breasted suit versus a single-breasted. When is it appropriate to wear one, a double-breasted versus a single-breasted, and just kind of how someone would really build that or work that into their wardrobe?
I think if you find yourself wearing your jackets buttoned a lot, then double-breasted is really the more elegant, the more a little more flamboyant, but it's
certainly
really
more flattering.
Much more flattering, if it's made right. And if it has the right lapel width, not too narrow. It needs that wider lapel to really look good. And with that rope shoulder, it all brings it together. Just that structured shoulder, but not too much padding. So this has it all.
I mean, for the longest time, I only wore single-breasted suits because it's predominantly what's out there. You don't see very many men wearing double-breasted suits anymore.
Yeah, and it's very hard to buy a ready-to-wear, good-fitting double-breasted jacket or suit. It's very rare. You walk into any store and say, I want a double-breasted suit, they'll look at you as if,
I mean, if you're lucky, they might have a double-breasted navy blazer.
Blazer or something like that. So I think suits are definitely coming back, will come back, or will make it come back.
Yeah, well, we are certainly doing our part here.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's one of the things I like about a double-breasted suit is that it has a certain bespoke kind of elegance to it because you see them less often.
Right.
So to have one that really fits well, that's beautiful out of an interesting fabric, really is something that you have to be having made.
Yeah, and you know, it's just a good, solid navy. I mean, you can have 3 navy suits. It's got to have.
You wear this forever.
Wear this forever.
I mean, between this and the charcoal suit, I mean, what more do you need?
Yeah, you can go on a 10-day business trip and you won't miss anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you've got a few different levels of finishing.
Right.
Right. You've got, you know, kind of your entry level, which is get more machine work into it.
Right.
That's around $800 to $1,000.
Yeah, about
right?
$1,000. Yeah.
And then this is, you know, kind of all the bells and whistles.
Yes.
You know, fully handmade.
Yes.
Hand drafted pattern.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes a difference, especially for people who are very difficult to fit.
Mm-hmm.
You've got bodybuilders, you've got big and tall, really broad shoulders, or you know, something hard to fit.
Yeah.
So, what we talked about double-breasted, it's very important that they have a nice lapel, you know, and we've given you a nice, very soft belly. So
Okay.
it's not too fashion forward, not too, you know. Not
And what
too
is the belly? So for those that...
So belly is you've got this, you know, your lapels can go straight. If you take a ruler and keep it against it, you'll see a light curve.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's got
That kind of elegant kind of
soft
sweeping curve.
Yeah. And when you know, if you see some really fashion forward, they'll have even a more severe belly.
Huge belly, yeah.
Huge belly.
And then also the width of lapel. I mean, you
Width
see
of
some
lapel.
that's huge belly,
Yeah.
really wide lapel.
Yeah. And if you've gone with yours is about 4 1/8 inch lapel, which is
Okay.
nice. And the regular jackets, single-breasted, we're going in for 3 7/8 to 4 inches. It's
Okay.
nice and wide.
So this is wider than what you would have on it.
Definitely. The
single
peak
breasted.
lapels are always wider,
Okay.
slightly, and especially double-breasted. So
There
you
you
know,
go.
my chest is only 37, and I'm wearing a 4-inch.
Mm-hmm.
So as you have a bigger chest, you know,
Even more.
even more.
So you want it, you know, almost 3/4 of the way. I mean, 70% kind of the way over.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks, you know.
Yeah. So your lapel right there is, I mean, it's 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, and it's close to 4 1/8 to 4 1/4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to finally try this on. So I
Yeah.
guess without further ado, let me go put the trousers on and we'll try the jacket.
Yeah, you'll be hooked.
Yeah.
So, Kirby, how do those pants feel? Because I didn't give you a final, I mean, this is the final fitting. I just made it up completely. So if there's any adjustments, we can still make them.
Yeah.
But I think they look amazing. The front looks fantastic. And I checked the back while you were walking around. So I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
Can I just see it? Yeah, it's great.
You know, for making them up completely, I mean, they fit perfect. I wouldn't
Yeah.
change a thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks
nice
really-
room in the waist.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, look at how these pleats just drape beautifully.
Yeah, it's just super sharp.
And it's a little loose in the waist, which I like because we did the tap trousers, but I could also loosen those and then add braces.
Yes, exactly. And the first dry cleaning will take it up very slightly, so it should be right on. It's got a very soft break,
Okay.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredibly elegant.
So I think I want you to. I'm excited about this double-breasted. I think it looks.
So am I.
Yeah. So here it is.
So this is a first fitting that you do for all of your kind of bespoke garments.
Bespoke
right? I mean,
garments,
your
exactly.
highest level of finish,
Highest level of workmanship, finish, pattern making.
everything, all the
yeah.
bells. And this is what, what does this start at?
This one here, this is the Drapers 5-star, 12 ounces. It starts at, without fitting, it's about 15, and about 1,800 with the fitting.
Really? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. So this is,
I mean, I think right here, Joe, I mean, this fits close to perfect. And it really is a testament to the value of working with someone on
Regular.
several garments, because we've worked regularly on a lot of pieces, and so it's really allowed you to really nail the measurements so that each time we perfected, and right out of the first fitting. I mean, this is gosh, almost perfect.
Yeah, but there's still some changes I'd make, and I'm going to mark those. And
but that's the reason you do a first fitting on all
Right.
garments, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the fabric drapes differently.
Yeah,
Right.
each fabric drapes differently. If it was a heavy cashmere, I'd build it differently.
And it's handmade, so there's
It's
always
handmade.
a little bit of variation.
Yeah, a little bit of variation. So I think let's check the sleeves. Drop. Slight movement.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very slight.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to do the easy things first. Just a 1/4 inch longer in the sleeves, just slightly.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Let me check the balance. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer too, in front.
Okay, and the balance is referring to
Is
the
the front
length
to
of
back?
the front relative to the back.
Back, yeah.
And on a jacket like this, how would you want the balance?
Yeah. You really want it double-breasted, you want it slightly on the longer side.
Okay.
And the back and front drape will be, should be even.
Even. Okay.
Yeah. Right now it's
Even or slightly pitched forward, or even?
slightly pitched forward is okay. Slightly, very slightly. But more even is the best.
Mm-hmm. What are we marking there?
Yeah, just to make sure that it doesn't have any divot there. Very slight.
Okay. Because you pay a lot of attention to the sleeves.
The sleeves, yeah.
And what are you looking at?
Forward
this-
pitch, backward pitch,
So you really want the sleeve to drape.
Yeah, and give it a nice curve. Some people have elbows like this.
Mm-hmm. And you'd cut the sleeve differently?
Cut a little bit differently. So we pinch it here. But this one is quite good. So I'm just fixing the divot just slightly, and the sleeve drape slightly.
And so how do you fix the divot?
So we widen the back just a little bit, and widen the sleeve cap just a little bit.
You're basically just loosening.
Yeah, loosening the top. And if the shoulder width is good,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the shoulder width is too wide, it might get a divot, or the back is too tight. So one of those two.
Okay.
Very slight. Okay, let's check the other side. Yeah, this side is much better. Check the back. Yeah, the back looks good.
So what are you looking for in the back?
Yeah, just doesn't break at your waist here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure it sits up a little bit more.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Like, have a little bit higher collar for you.
Okay. Because the collar height is controlled both through the height of the collar, but also how much fabric you have at the back.
Yes, how much allowances we give for your shoulder blades and the back. And it'll be pulled up slightly. But the vent drapes beautifully here.
And what do you look for in the vent? I mean, when you look at the vent, what's wrong? Like, not this is right, but like, what do you...
Oh, if
if it's not proper, what does it look like?
It pulls this way, or it has too much fabric in the center.
Mm-hmm.
So this one follows your curve in the back, goes in and out.
Yeah.
can
And what
see
about
it.
the height of the vent, too? Because that's
Height of
another
the vent,
thing
I
that you
think,
can change.
about 10 inches. Yours is, I think, 10 inches. I think that's a good vent size. If you're 6'3", we might go 11 to 12 inches. This is about 9 inches. It's good for you. Yeah, I think the sleeve length. So I made some notes. We're going to go a little bit longer, give you a little bit longer jacket, maybe 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and a 1/4 inch longer in the sleeves. Going to make a slightly higher collar,
Okay.
and slightly ease up on your back here. And then the right
the
armhole.
draper through that,
Draper
the chest
is
is
beautiful.
nice.
It's very good.
And this is, again, going to be the fully hand finished, so it'll have all the pad stitching. And
Right. So I'm going to give you a little more V opening, you know, just a little more tie showing, just slightly more. It'll be like a quarter to 3/8 of an inch, maybe half an inch at the most.
Okay.
Yeah, and this button is going to be a little bit lower too.
Which button stance are we going to do here?
6 on 2.
6 on 2.
So
okay.
2
so
to button, it'll be a 6 button.
2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6.
Yeah.
So 2 to button. So you just button this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to feel your natural waist is right here. See here, the curve. So I'm going to drop this just slightly below the natural waist. Most tailors like it at the natural waist, but I think you need a slightly lower.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what's next then? I mean, so this is, again, you know, kind of the first fitting.
Yeah.
And then so you'll kind of make the jacket up?
I'll make the jacket up and deliver in 4 weeks.
Okay. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so
the
you'll have it ready
trousers,
to go?
I can keep the trousers?
Keep the trousers.
Okay.
Start, you know, don't use it too much.
You know, I'm excited to see kind of the virtues of this first double-breasted suit. And
Right. And this is, again, full
is this the actual lining that'll go in?
This is the actual interlining.
So this is the fully floating canvas.
Yeah, full floating canvas.
And so we've got some darts in here for shape.
Yeah, for shape, for the bust shape,
Yeah.
for the chest shape.
And then is there more construction that'll go? Because this is kind of lightweight.
Yeah.
Will the jacket be?
You'll see the horsehair is here. You don't need more than that here.
Okay.
This is good. But once the lining, everything goes in, you'll have plenty of shape.
Plenty of shape.
Yeah.
And will it be, I mean, a little bit more body?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Slightly.
Yeah, great.
It's
Yeah.
great. It's
Yeah.
good. Hey,
I'm so excited.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks good. I'm happy with the outcome.
Yeah.
Really.
So am I. So I can't wait to see this. And of
Yeah.
course, you know, wear this with my new top coat.
Yes. Awesome.